Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Porygon Z in the Master Premier. Let's have a little fun. We're going to be pairing it up with Primarina as well as Garchomp. Garchomp is going to be 100, well, they're all 100% IV, but Garchomp is going to be Best Buddy equipped, so it is going to be level 51. So we're going to be going with Zap Cannon and of course Tri-Attack. We're going to be Debuff City. Let's have a little fun here. And this is going to be my first battle. Now for the Garchomp, we're going to talk about this really quick. As a matter of fact, somebody was asking me team comps at the Hoenn Tour with Sigaleo. I know, I'm not saying it correctly. So basically a Metagross style Pokemon, Psychic and Steel. So we were kind of just going over team comps that you can use with that in the Master League. And one of those Pokemon I said was going to be Garchomp. Now, I was getting down into the moves that you want to have on it. Basically, you know, if you're a PvPer, you know what moves you want. I was just kind of reiterating it. So if you're going to be going with Dragon Tail, we'll get into the commentary in a minute, with Garchomp, then you're more than likely going to want to go with Sand Tomb and also Earth Power. You're already hitting hard with that Dragon Tail, and now you're going to be able to debuff them with the Sand Tomb. Also can be used as a bait move as well. Now, I said that moveset is what you want to go with, but I'm personally using Dragon Tail, not Sand Tomb, Earth Power, which is Community Day, and Outrage. Now, why am I doing that? Well, this is my 100% IV. I haven't TM'd it away yet, and I don't want to power up another Garchomp right now. So we're going to go with Earth Power and Outrage with the Dragon Tail. And it is going to be taking people by surprise if you're wondering why didn't they just shield you up right there? Because more than likely, if somebody does have, well, Dragon Tail, they'll probably have Earth Power, but you can have a chance of them baiting you as well. So I just wanted to break that down for you because, yeah, okay, it's a little bit of an explanation, over-explained there. Okay, so Primarina, why am I using this fairy when we could be going with Togekiss or even Sylveon? Well, that's because we're part water, okay? And we're not actually taking super effective damage from Steel because of that factor. Alright, so it's great. The only unfortunate part with Primarina is how long it takes to charge up your moves with Charm. You're basically dead in the water most of the time, unless there's a few circumstances in which we're actually going to finally see Primarina able to get off Hydro Pump for once and pulling off a clutch win. Let's get into the commentary. Alright, up against a Shadow Gyarados with the Porygon Z. We're leading Porygon Z the entire time. I don't know why I don't have this Best Buddy yet. Gonna go straight for the Tri-Attack because that is going to be a Shadow and it is doing a lot of damage. Yes, obviously Zap Cannon would one-shot, but they're shielding it up anyways. Hitting me with an Aqua Tail, and unfortunately we did not get the debuff the first time around. Tri-Attack does have a chance to lower the attack as well as the defense, which is a pretty good little combination of debuff going on there. Say right before you go down. If we get it here, come on, and we do. Fantastic. So we got it off 3 times. We were able to get that debuff once. Everything that this Garchomp is going to have is going to be resisted by the Primarina, so we're obviously not going to shield up while they've used both shields. Swapping into the Garchomp as they do bring in their Metagross here. Meteor Mash is going to be doing a decent amount, so I think we're going to go ahead and shield this up. And let's hope they don't catch here. Okay, farming up a little bit more and going for the Outrage, Earth Power. Going to one-shot the Garchomp here. Great. Now we're playing a shieldless battle. We've got 2 healthy Pokemon. They've got a Dragonite in the back. We got that Primarina. You already know what's going to happen here. Shields are down. We are able to get to the Outrage. This is going to one-shot. And, well, Porygon Z is going to be able to pull this off for us. There's no way they're going to be... Well, Porygon Z. Primarina. I don't know why I still thought I had that in the back. Primarina is going to be able to pull this off for us. Taking that win, and we're looking good. Moving it on to the next battle. What are we going to be met with that Porygon Z? A Excadrill. Now, this is technically... probably, I wouldn't say the worst lead, but it's pretty horrible. One, because it's Steel and also Ground, and both of the moves that we have are going to be resisted as opposed to Garchomp, or, you know, not Garchomp, Metagross. Should have cut that out, but we're going to keep it going here because Metagross is going to be just Steel and Psychic, not resisting the Electric. So this is a little bit of an issue. Not only that, the backline doesn't necessarily want to see it. Sure, we have Earth Power on Garchomp, but that takes a minute to get to. Primarina is also resisted. We're not getting to Hydro Pump, okay? We're going to charm them down before that happens. All right, so down they go at the expense of a shield. Porygon Z is out of here, and we're down a shield here, so let's see what we have. We had a good matchup with the Primarina, but if they're bringing in a Garchomp up against that, there's something in the back that's weak to it, and exactly, it is going to be a Dragonite, so it looks good here. So we do go for the Earth Power. I figure they're going to be shielding this up, right? Okay, they do. Great. All right, they got a decent amount of energy. We've got 1 shield left. We're going to let everything go here. Well, we're going to shield this up because we thought it might be a Hurricane, right? Now, they can't take us out. There's nothing they can do. I mean, what? Aqua Tail, Crunch, Outrage, Hydro Pump, nothing. Taking that win with Primarina. Moving it on, going to be met with another Metagross. All right, so at least we're going to be able to go for the Zap Cannon here. A lot of times they're just going to let it go because they figured, I don't need to shield this up. What are they going to hit me with? The Zap Cannon, which is going to almost one-shot. Now, Porygon Z's attack is actually very good. It is very good, very high. So we're going to be able to do all that damage as you've seen there. Getting to the Tri-Attack, they're going to be shielding it up. Okay, sounds good. Now we can farm them down. The reason why I did that is so we're at a one-to-one shield situation here. So it looks good. And we're going to be able to bring in Garchomp and farm down and come out of here with energy. And they're going to be bringing in a Togekiss. So I swap into Primarina. There has to be something back there that the Garchomp can handle. Let's see what's going on. They didn't swap immediately, so they could have a dragon back there. So let's see what's going on. And yep, there it is. There's that dragon. It is going to be a Garchomp. So they can hit us with Earth Power, unfortunately, which is going to be able to take us out. Let's see what they have. Maybe this is a Sand Tomb. I think it is. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Sand Tomb. And that's not... If this is another Sand Tomb, I do believe it's an actual Outrage. Okay, yeah. Bringing in our Garchomp to farm up a little bit more, and we're going to be able to get to this Outrage. Is it going to be enough to take out this Togekiss, though? This is actually a pretty crazy battle. So not enough. Oh my gosh. Come on, Garchomp. Come on. This is getting so crazy. Not getting to the Earth Power, but we have a double KO. That would have been a 5-0 right there. And that's actually going to still count kind of like a 5-0. What happens when you have a tie is it just completely voids that battle. So technically, this set is only 4 battles. So we got a 5-0 to the Go Battles knowledge, right? Anyways, moving it on here, another Metagross. Just a coincidence. Yeah, you know, that I keep seeing Metagross up front. Just a coincidence. All right. Okay, so going for the Zap Cannon again. This time they're going to be shielding it up. Unfortunately, no attack drop. Getting to the Tri-Attack here. That was a little quick. I don't expect them to shield it up. But we're going to be getting the debuff as they're going to be retreating with energy on that Metagross and bringing in their Gyarados. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Primarina. Still holding on to 2 shields. We can let all this go, no problem. But we do have to remember that that Metagross is loaded up on about a Meteor Mash and a half worth of energy. So that is going to be a little bit of an issue to deal with here in a bit. We'll have to figure that out. We are up a shield, though. They're bringing in Dragonite to go up against our Primarina. Trying to hold on to their shields for the, or not their shields, to their Metagross to the very end. They could have bring that in here, but it probably just didn't want to shield it up. So they're kind of using Dragonite as a shield here, I suppose, and just do that damage. Immediately bringing in our Garchomp, and they go into their Metagross here. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold on. Am I about to lose this game? You gotta be kidding me. Am I actually gonna lose this game? It was looking like we were gonna win this so much. I should have caught. That was it. I should have caught. I was trying to catch, but I just didn't do it on time. That was the win con there. Oh my gosh. Since we have Dragon Tail and Earth Power, it's going to be a slow kill there. Dragonite is actually going to have a charge move. Unfortunately, Porygon almost had energy, and I completely forgot about that. So we dropped the ball on that. Could have caught, but still good game. We're going to have to get our revenge on a Dragonite later. Let's see what we have for the next battle. A Mamoswine. Okay, so that thing is pretty squishy, and so are we. So we're going to go straight for, of course, the Tri-Attack. I'm not going to hit him with an Electric. That's a ground type. And do we get the debuff? We do. Fantastic. So we can let this go, which is going to be an Avalanche, I would assume. Doing a lot of damage still because Mamoswine just does that. Getting to another Tri-Attack, which hopefully forces out a shield here, or they just let it go. Getting a shield, and we're debuffing them again. Unfortunately, that's still not enough to stop them from farming us down, and they're retreating with energy on that Mamoswine and bringing in a Snorlax, and we got the Primarina up against it here. So we're going to let that first Body Slam go, swapping into our Garchomp at this point, holding on to the energy on the Primarina. See what we can do later on here, letting this Body Slam go as well. They are down a shield. We still have 2 left here, and we're going to farm them all the way down. So that's what we want to do with the Garchomp, using our first shield here, and we're going to be coming out of this with a lot of energy, taking them out great. And they're bringing in that Mamoswine, immediately throwing the Earth Power here. I do believe they let this go. What do they have in the back again? Oh, Metagross. So this is getting a little interesting here. So remember how we did retreat with energy on the Primarina? Well, thank goodness we did, because we're going to swap right into it. And now we need to get to Hydro Pump. Folks, are we finally going to be able to get to a Hydro Pump? And it is going to help us take the win here. This better KO the Metagross. And we're taking that win with 1 HP on the Primarina. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Next battle, what are we going to be met with? Another Excadrill? Okay. Well, this is a horrible lead. So let's see if we can play out of this situation here. All right, so we haven't debuffed them. We're going to let this first one go. We can absorb that. Kind of make them think we're going for a Blizzard or a Solar Beam or something like that. But they're still letting it go. No debuff either. So yeah, that's not particularly great. So now we're going to have to go ahead and shield this up. Don't have to, but I'm going to, since we already have this energy built up and it's doing a decent amount. And they're shielding it up. We get the debuff. Fantastic, finally. Not able to get to another one because Excadrill is just extremely fast at getting to its charge moves here. And folks, if you haven't, make sure you do hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you do, helps me out a ton. So we're going to be farming up their Excadrill. They retreat with energy on it, bringing in their Gyarados. We go for an Outrage to get their last shield, and bringing in Primarina, which is going to be able to farm them down here. Again, resisting everything on the Gyarados. This is why Primarina is so good, going up against it with this thing, Water and Fairy type. Let's get it. All right, they're bringing in a Togekiss, so we're going to go straight for the Moonblast here, doing a ton of damage. No debuff, unfortunately. And our last Pokemon is a Garchomp, so this is not looking particularly great for us here, folks. They swap into their Excadrill, and I feel like the only way to play through this is to farm them down here, and we actually do. Can we get to the Outrage and take them out? Yeah, this is going to be enough. Garchomp getting its revenge on Togekiss from that last battle, and we're taking the win up against the Togekiss with Garchomp, folks. Let's go. Now, you can take out those Togekiss if you do have Fire Blast. That's another thing. Next battle, met with a Gyarados. This is a good matchup. We like to see this here. As much as I would want to get to that Zap Cannon, it's just almost unpractical unless they're, you know, down a shield, right? So they're going to be getting the debuff and immediately swapping with energy on that Gyarados. So we're going to go ahead and throw it again on that Excadrill to see if we can get the debuff. Unfortunately not. Swapping into our Garchomp because Primarina, I mean, I just don't want to do that battle here. Garchomp at least can take this drill run comfortably. We can take another one actually if we wanted to, but we're going to shield this up here. We've gotten one shield out of them, going for the Earth Power. A little bit of an overkill, but that's what we got on here, and we're getting their last shield. Okay. So we should survive barely, probably with about 1 HP here, or about 5, and taking them down pretty low. Bringing in Primarina while still holding onto a shield, farming them up, and they're bringing in a Metagross. So we got this situation here again, folks. So we have to get to a Hydro Pump. But not only that, we got to be careful for them to catch, because if we build up to a Hydro Pump and they catch that, my gosh, that is so horrible for us. So we are careful. They swap into their Gyarados. We bring in our Porygon Z here, hitting me with an Aqua Tail. Getting to the Tri-Attack. Now this is what we were talking about in the beginning. If we can get a debuff before it goes down, it's still putting in that work for us. So we're getting the debuff up against this locked in Gyarados, bringing in the Primarina, which is going to be resisting everything as well. So we can take these hits, farming them down. We have a Hydro Pump ready to go, immediately hitting this. And again, we're going to be able to see Primarina taking out a Metagross with its Hydro Pump with quite a bit of health. Let's get it. Let's keep it moving here. This team did pretty good for me. Next battle met with a horrible lead up against a Magnezone here. But since it is Shadow, it is going to be taking quite a bit of damage. So we are going to go straight for the Tri-Attack here. It is resisted, but take a look at the damage here. Still looking pretty good. Unfortunately, no debuff. We are going to let this first one go, and it is going to be a Wild Charge and taking us out. So they have just debuffed themselves here. Bringing in the Garchomp, we're going to let everything go. I don't know if I farm them down. I think I do. Yeah, that'd be the best bet. Yeah, just farm them all the way the heck down. Keep hitting me with those little mirror shots. That's okay. No debuff. Fantastic. Retreating with the Magnezone, holding on to some of its health so they can use it to catch potentially. Bringing in the Metagross, hitting them with an Earth Power, and there you go. That's one of the sneaky moves that I just did. Still holding on to 2 shields. If they knew that was an Earth Power, they would probably have shielded it up. They have the Magnezone. We farm them down with Charm. They had 2 steel types. I would assume there's a dragon in the back. They back out, and we don't even get to see what it is. Moving it on to the next battle here, met with another Gyarados. Let's go. Just a coincidence. It is the, Master League Premier, so it is a pretty common lead. So let's not get too conspiratorial around here. Anyways, we already know the algorithm is real, right? It's not a question. Anyways, that's why I named it that as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for another one here. I know Zap Cannon would be satisfying, but there's really no need here. It looks like we're going to be able to farm them down. We don't need to shield this up. We are good to go. And they still are holding on to 2 shields, though, so we got to keep that in mind. Can we get the debuff with the Porygon Z up against this Excadrill before we do go down here? That would be great. We immediately swap because that would have been a decent amount of farm after we did lower their attack. We bring in the Garchomp. They're retreating with energy on their Excadrill and bring it in Metagross, and things are getting a little bit interesting. But there you go again with the Earth Power. Do you see? Do you see what I'm talking about? They're not expecting it with the Dragon Tail. Well, at least that quick. Maybe they're expecting you to bait with the Sand Tomb, right? Bringing back the Excadrill, we let it go. Bring in Primarina. At this point, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to let this one go, farm you down, or try to farm you down, see what's going to happen here. Hopefully you have a dragon in the back. Otherwise, it's not looking too good for us here. Shielding this up. What you got? What you got? Wait a minute. Is this their... That's their last Pokemon. Pay attention. And they were not able to use the shields because they really didn't have any opportunity to once it was too late. Winning that battle, moving it on to the next, met with a Dragonite. Not going to even pretend to build up the Blizzard. I'm just going to go straight for the Tri-Attack to get the debuff. There it is. Fantastic. Now, Superpower will still take us out, but I'm going to go ahead and call this here and say, nah, you're going to go for Dragon Claw, and we're going to go for another Tri-Attack, which is going to be bringing them down pretty low, may even KO. Okay, fantastic. Porygon Z taking them out. Nobody's used any shields. They got a Mamoswine, so we're going to go ahead and bring in that Primarina. High horsepower is something that we need to look out for. It used to be Bulldoze, but it is now going to be that new move to its pool. High horsepower doing quite a bit. Resisting the Powder Snow, retreating with energy on that Mamoswine, bringing in a Gyarados, which would have been a good matchup for the Primarina, but we're going to go ahead and immediately swap into our Gyarados here. Going for a Crunch, and no debuff. So we're going to just farm them down. That's the only play that we really have going on here. Again, we're going to have an opponent finishing us off, or we're finishing them off, and they're going to have, well, 2 shields left. Yeah, we simply shield this up and charm them down. We're going to be able to take the win with the Primarina. Let's go. All right. Again, they're not trying to 2-shield flex. I'm just not giving them the opportunity, or before they know it, it's just too late, or they're getting hit with the move that was not expected. All right, we had a decent lead up against a Togekiss. They're going to be swapping into a Dragonite. We're going to go ahead and bring in our wall to that, which is going to be Primarina. I love this thing. Any fairy type is going to wall Dragonite, okay? It's not like a special exclusive thing for Primarina. All right, so farming them down, but they're doing a lot of, I mean, my gosh. Holy crap, they're bringing us down into the low yellow before going out. That's pretty insane. But all I really need to do at this point is hit this Moonblast. This is all I really need to do. Or get a shield. Fantastic. It's great. That's great. Obviously, we're going to be bringing in Porygon Z. But they swap almost through the Zap Cannon. That would have been horrific. Onto the Garchomp. Great. Building up a little bit more energy. Swapping to hopefully catch some sort of a Sand Tomb. And that's exactly what we caught with our Garchomp, baby. Let's go. They've got Mudshot. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take them out. In comes the Togekiss, and we've seen this before here. Going to go for the Outrage, obviously doing the most damage here. And they're going to be able to farm us down. But since we still have 2 shields, they've got 1. This is a Charm User. They're not going to get to 2 charge moves. Immediately going for the Tri-Attack. Get the debuff? No debuff, but that's okay. We're going to be able to get to another Tri-Attack here with the Porygon Z, which is easily going to be enough to take out that Togekiss. And we're taking that win with our Porygon Z, star of the show. Was having a blast with this thing last night. I know I haven't been putting up battles, but you already know what it is. I was in Vegas for the whole Hoenn thing, and well, we're back on track. Next battle, met with a Dragonite. We've seen this before, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Tri-Attack immediately here to try to get the debuff on them. We're going to be getting a shield right out the gate. Unfortunately, no debuff. Oh no, really close getting to the next one, but they're going to be throwing here. We're going to let it go because we do have the Primarina. They've used a shield, so go ahead and swap. Bringing in a Ursaluna. We're going to catch a Thunder Punch. That was a really good catch. Just tickling us. So obviously they're going to be going for high horsepower. I mean, they could bait us again, but I highly doubt that. So what we're going to do is simply shield this up, farm them down. They will be able to get to another charge move, but it is just going to be the Thunder Punch, which is not doing any damage because of the ground and dragon typing, of course, right? Okay, look at that. As much damage as a tackle. All right, gonna go straight for the Earth Power. I was trying to get a shield, but they did not give it up. Wow, that was a good call on their end, I guess. Going for the Dragon Claw, and they swap into a Mamoswine. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw Ancient Power. What am I? My brain is going crazy, folks. I need to go get something to eat. All right, bringing in the Primarina after getting the last shield here, and we can let this go. We have no choice. We've got no more shields. Getting to the Moonblast, taking out the Mamoswine, and that Dragonite's still holding on, folks. What's going to happen here? And we get taken out, unfortunately. That was a good game. Dragonites keep kicking my butt over here. All right, so it really depends on that lead, too. Next battle met with a Gyarados with Waterfall. All right, no problem. We're going to go ahead and go for that Tri-Attack. We've seen this many a times before. They're immediately retreating after that debuff. I do believe that they did get. Bringing in a Metagross. We're going to go for Zap Cannon to try to one-shot them here. Well, you know, doing a lot of damage. We're still going strong, and they are going to farm us all the way down. They're not budging at all here. Finally shielding it up, but we did just lower their defense and attack, and we did that with the Zap Cannon as well with the attack. So we're going to go ahead and let that Meteor Mash go. Barely any damage at all. I think we can let this one go as well. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. That's 2 Meteor Mashes coming from a Metagross. Still holding on to yellow health. They've got a freaking Charm User. All right, so Sylveon. This is getting pretty bad for me here. So Garchomp has Earth Power, which is neutral to it, so we have to think about that, right? But we do need to come out of this and charm them up with the Primarina. It's as simple as that. So we are going to be using that shield, and they're going to be charming us up. Now the Garchomp needs to get to Earth Power, and we're barely doing it as they're hitting us with Charm. And this is going to be the final battle, folks. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate your support. Thank you to all my members, Patreon members, and everybody else in between. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my soul.
So compromise where you can. But where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move. It is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye and say no. You move.